Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we have an intriguing topic to discuss: the influence of transformational leadership on employee commitment to organizational change. Now, you might be wondering why this research topic is so important. Well, let's dive right in and explore its significance. Importance of the research topic. Imagine a scenario where a company is undergoing a major transformation, perhaps adopting new technologies, restructuring departments, or even shifting its core values. The success of these changes often hinges on the commitment of employees. This is where transformational leadership comes into play. The way leaders guide their teams during times of change can greatly impact employee commitment, which in turn affects the success of the organizational change. Real-world examples. To put things into perspective, think about companies like Apple or Google. Their leaders, such as Steve Jobs and Sundar Pichai, have been known for their transformational leadership styles, inspiring innovation and adapting to market shifts. These leaders not only initiated organizational changes but also ensured their employees were committed to these changes, driving the companies to new heights. Chapter 1, Introduction. Now, let's discuss how to draft the introduction for this research. In the first chapter, several key elements need to be covered. Research problem. For instance, let's consider a research problem. Despite the increasing importance of transformational leadership in facilitating successful organizational change, there's a lack of comprehensive understanding about its direct influence on employee commitment. Research significance. The research significance highlights why this study matters. An example could be, this research seeks to bridge the gap in existing literature by providing a deeper insight into the connection between transformational leadership and employee commitment during times of organizational change. Research questions. Here are 3 sample research questions that could guide the study. How does transformational leadership impact employee commitment during organizational change? What are the key factors that mediate the relationship between transformational leadership and employee commitment? How does the organizational context influence the effectiveness of transformational leadership in fostering employee commitment to change? Research objectives. Sample research objectives could be: to examine the extent to which transformational leadership behaviors correlate with employee commitment during organizational change. To identify the mediating factors that explain the relationship between transformational leadership and employee commitment. To analyze the role of organizational culture in moderating the impact of transformational leadership on employee commitment. Research rationale. The research rationale justifies the study's importance. For instance, understanding the mechanisms that drive employee commitment to change can provide valuable insights for leaders and organizations aiming to navigate complex transitions effectively. Chapter 2, Literature Review. Moving on to Chapter 2, the literature review plays a critical role in grounding your research. It involves exploring relevant theories, models, and identifying gaps in existing research. Suitable subtopics in the literature review. You'd want to cover subtopics like transformational leadership theories, employee commitment theories, theories on organizational change, previous studies on transformational leadership and employee commitment to change, theoretical frameworks explaining the relationship, theories and models. Within the literature review, you can explore theories like the transformational leadership theory, proposed by James McGregor Burns, which highlights how transformational leaders inspire and motivate followers to achieve remarkable outcomes. Additionally, the social exchange theory could be relevant to understanding the give and take dynamic between leaders and employees during organizational change. Literature gap. Identifying a literature gap is crucial. For example, you might find that while previous research has explored the effects of transformational leadership on employee performance, there's limited research specifically focusing on how such leadership influences employee commitment to organizational change. This gap in knowledge creates the foundation for your research. Chapter 3, Methodology. Moving ahead to Chapter 3, this chapter outlines your research methodology, providing the framework for how you'll gather and analyze data. Conceptual framework. For your research, a suitable conceptual framework could include transformational leadership as the independent variable, employee commitment as the dependent variable, and potential mediators such as communication, empowerment, and trust. Research philosophy. A pragmatic research philosophy would be suitable for this type of research, as it allows for a balanced approach that combines both positivist and interpretivist elements. Research approach. Considering the nature of your research, adopting a deductive research approach would be appropriate. This means starting with established theories and testing their applicability in your specific context. Research strategy and choice. A mixed methods research strategy, combining quantitative surveys and qualitative interviews, could provide a comprehensive understanding of the topic. Additionally, a case study research design might offer valuable insights. Data analysis method. Quantitative data could be analyzed using statistical methods such as regression analysis, examining the relationships between transformational leadership behaviors and employee commitment. Qualitative data from interviews could be analyzed using thematic analysis to uncover underlying motivations and perceptions. Ethical considerations. Ethical considerations are vital. For instance, ensuring participant confidentiality and obtaining informed consent are crucial. Let's say you're conducting interviews. You must ensure that participants' identities and sensitive information are protected. Limitations and delimitations. Every study has limitations. In your case, potential limitations could include sample size restrictions, self-report biases, and generalizability issues. Delimitations, on the other hand, could involve focusing solely on a specific industry or geographic region. Chapter 4, Data Analysis. Chapter 4 involves analyzing the data collected according to the methodology you've outlined. Quantitative analysis. If you're analyzing quantitative data, you might use a sample size of, let's say, 300 employees from various departments within a company. Through regression analysis, you could assess the relationship between transformational leadership factors and levels of employee commitment. Qualitative analysis. In a qualitative analysis, you could interview 20 managers and employees to gather in-depth insights. By applying thematic analysis, you'd identify recurring themes in their responses, uncovering nuanced perspectives on how transformational leadership affects commitment to change. Chapter 5, Conclusion and Recommendations. The conclusion chapter wraps up your findings and ties them back to your research questions and objectives. In the conclusion chapter, you'll summarize your key findings and discuss their implications. This is where you connect the dots between your research and its practical implications for organizations undergoing change. Now, onto the recommendation chapter. Here, you'll offer actionable suggestions based on your research. For example, you might recommend that organizations invest in leadership development programs that cultivate transformational leadership skills. Additionally, fostering open communication channels during times of change could enhance employee commitment. Future research. As you wrap up your research, don't forget to suggest potential avenues for future research. One interesting direction could be investigating the role of organizational culture as a moderator between transformational leadership and employee commitment. Furthermore, exploring the impact of virtual leadership on commitment to change in the era of remote work could be an intriguing topic. And there you have it. We've covered the importance of our research topic, how to draft key chapters, and even delved into real-world examples. Remember, understanding how transformational leadership influences employee commitment during organizational change can truly make a difference in how businesses navigate transitions. For access to a preliminary version of the research topic, please follow the hyperlink provided in the description. Thank you all for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on more research-related content. Until next time, keep exploring and researching.